This cabin right here served as the visitor center for the Star Fort for many years.
The ETV Revolutionary War Tour, we pick sites in the Upstate that are specifically related to the American Revolution, because as a historian I have argued many times the Revolution may have begun and ended in Charleston, but it was won in the backcountry.
I missed.
So long.
Patrick Ferguson was a Scot. A Scot's grave is usually marked by a cairn, which is a pile of stones. So while we are contributing to the insult, in a way, if this were in Scotland, this is the way he would be honored.
I have a family connection with Kings Mountain. My great-grandmother's great-grandfather was killed here at the Battle of Kings Mountain. His name was Daniel Sisk. He was one of the Over-Mountain men from Wilkes County.
I think it's important for people to understand the history of the Southern Campaign, because quite typically, history of the Revolution is taught. It is Lexington and Concord, Bunker Hill, Saratoga, Yorktown. Well now, what happened between Saratoga and Yorktown? Well, the British had a major campaign launched in the South. They were going to roll up the southern colonies, which they preferred to keep, and end the revolution that way. But their plans ran awry here in South Carolina, where Cornwallis's army was beaten and nibbled at, and when it finally headed up to Yorktown, it was a defeated army.
And this is the site where James Birmingham, the first South Carolinian, gave his life for the cause. It seems that most of the participants on the tour are really excited about exploring some of these places associated with the Southern Campaign of the American Revolution that they've not ever been to before.
It says he came from Long Cane. Some of you asked yesterday about the cane over.
And then also with Walter Edgar. It's just really a great opportunity. We're hearing great questions coming from him. Why did the battles take place where they did? Who are the characters that are part of it? What does it mean to our national history?
I had no idea what the Southern Campaign was. And so I have learned so much about the Revolutionary War. I had no idea how important South Carolina was to the war. And it's just been a tremendous experience.
I'm interested in the tactics and how the individual leaders deploy their troops and how the battles evolved.
It's easy to think that one region of the country was more valuable or important than another, and to understand that where we live was, and our forebears made a major difference in us becoming a nation.
So I knew little about South Carolina history. I knew of Dr. Edgar's repute, and I wanted to learn more about where I've lived for 40 years.
I think you understand people today better if you know their history, if you know their background, about where they came from and what they do. I've often said that South Carolina, we don't have 6 degrees of separation, we only have 2. We're all related to each other, and so it gives you a better feel for the state, the state's people.
South Carolina was a huge participant in the Revolutionary War as a whole. I didn't know that we were. And then certainly in this location, I was surprised to hear that, we could kind of go either way. We had a lot of partisans and we had a lot of loyalists also, and I didn't know that that was true.
Was there something there that they would have been able to, were people there?
We chose major battle sites, which included Cowpens, Kings Mountain, 96, where the first actual battle in South Carolina took place in 1775, and one of the last, the siege at 96, in 1781.
The significance of Americans learning this story of the Southern Campaign of the American Revolution cannot be overstated. Most of America has no idea that the American Revolution was even fought here in the South, and specifically that more battles and skirmishes were fought here in South Carolina than any other state. And yet this is where the American Revolution was won, right here in our backyards.